Hi guys and welcome to CEDH TV, a YouTube channel about competitive commander format, bringing you a battle from a Twitch live stream. In this battle with us we have a proxy on Sisay trying to win with Emil and Dockside. Me, I'm usually playing Sisay myself too, but I'm always advocating for playing the Boogeyman decks, playing other decks to understand those decks better so you can easier defeat them. Therefore, I'm playing Tumnacrom Bluefarm to understand it better. Rhetoric decided to bring his Frosty Sultai Jorn Stasis Stacks deck to the table. And finally with us we have Lauren playing Kenrith Reanimator. Before we kickstart this battle, I would like to mention that this game has a really unique ending from what you normally see. This game was actually 2 hours long that I'm just shrunk and edited down. However, this ending is something that can theoretically quite easily happen, but in the end we're gonna talk a little bit about how it happened and how you should have played differently. So let's start the match and see what happens.
I'll draw for turn. I'll start us off with a command tower. I'm gonna tap that for 1, play a Soul Ring.
I'm gonna draw a card for the turn. I'm gonna put this Blood Crypt into play tapped, and I'm gonna pass.
In a tropical islands, and then I'm gonna ponder actually.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Yep, I'm gonna pass.
Untap a draw. I'm gonna play. Thank you, Lauren. I'm gonna play this exotic word. I'll do it anyway. Who cares? I'm gonna play Chroma. Shh. I don't need anything. I'm gonna cast this really cool Nature's Lore. I don't know. I'm going to pass after I get my chocolate.
I'm gonna play an Overgrown Tomb. I think I got a pass there. Go ahead.
I'm gonna take my turn. Oh, you could have been here the second turn. I'm gonna put into play a Tundra, and I'm gonna cast a Grim Monolith, and then I'm gonna pass the turn.
Ancient Tomb. Cast Jorn. Pass turn.
Draw. I will play this Ancient Tomb. Oh, I'm scared, but you know what? Live life danger. I'm gonna play Sisay. You know what? I'm done.
At the end of your turn, I'm gonna tap this for a black. Gonna attempt to cast an Entomb. Gonna ship a Rosakek to the grave. All right, I'll go on tap. Go it up, and it looks like I'm passing again. I don't have a land. Go ahead.
Oh wow, I actually thought you're gonna reanimate that thing. So I'm gonna take my turn. I'm gonna put an Exotic Orchard into play. I'm gonna cast Chrome, and I'm gonna cast the Monkey Ragavan as well. And then I pass the turn here.
All right. There's your snowland. Let me think. I think I'm gonna attack. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm at Lauren actually. Untap. Yeah.
Yep. I take 3.
That'll have to just float now. Play stasis.
Ouch.
Yeah, I'm fine with it. I'll go to my. I will pass.
Go to draw, and I'll pass turn.
Oh wow. Yeah, I can see why. I'm drawing a card. I'm putting a Polluted Delta into play. I'm attacking with my Ragavan at you, Lorian.
I can't block, so
Yeah, I have a Ragavan trigger, exile the top card of your library, and I make a treasure. Yeah, I can't use that, it goes to exile, and then I pass the turn too.
Redwood Falls comes in tapped. Okay, Lauren, I'm coming at you. 3/3. Okay, I'll pass turn.
Okay. I will attempt to resolve a Sylvan library.
I have a same.
I will proceed to pass my turn.
at the end of your turn, tap that for a black, tap that for a green. I'm gonna attempt Assassin's Trophy the Stasis.
I approve of this message.
I'm gonna pitch Force of Negation. No, sorry, Windfall to Force of Negation.
Anything with that treasure there, Mons?
Sadly, I can't do anything about this.
I'll respond. I'll be.
Ooh.
Okay.
There we go.
There you go. Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
If there's nothing else, then I'll move to my turn if that's cool.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
All right. Good untap. Please draw a land. Upkeep draw. That is not a land, but I have a blocker.
I take my turn. Ooh, we're gonna cast an Esper Sentinel, and
Nice.
we are going to attack with my Ragavan at proxy, actually. Yeah, here comes Monkey, proxy.
Monkey.
There's exactly one card I don't want you to hit, but so I don't block. I'll take 2.
Nice.
And I will drag it to center screen. I don't care that one.
What is it?
It's a Croson Wayfarer. It's a 1/1 for 1. You can sacrifice it to put a land card from your hand into play.
Yeah, that goes to your exile. Sad hit. I'm also gonna play this Mana Crypt. And then I'm gonna pass the turn here.
Misty Rainforest and crack Misty Rainforest. I have another snowland, and I think I do. Yes. Woodland Chasm. Got these 3 snowlands. They heuristic study.
I have an Esper Sentinel trigger.
Oh, okay. Yeah, what is it? 1? Do I pay 1? Is that? Yeah, I think it's fine. Yeah, go ahead. I'm at proxy, actually. 3/3.
Perfect.
To make Lauren's life more interesting, I'll play Root Maze.
I have a Crom trigger. I will draw a card.
Let me.
2 life. I cannot pay the Esper Sentinel trick. I'm gonna mental misstep the roots.
I will draw a card from there, Esper Sentinel.
I'm gonna respond to the Esper Sentinel trigger.
All right.
If that's cool.
Yeah.
Both of the draw triggers, or just the Esper Sentinel?
The Esper Sentinel is currently the most recent one on the stack.
Yes, correct.
Hull Breacher?
Esper Sentinel is not a May. Whenever an opponent casts their first non-creature spell each turn, draw a card unless that player pays X. Yeah. I have no response to Hull Breacher, sadly.
On the stack. Or at the top.
Yes.
That's the most recent one.
Okay, so I can draw.
Yes.
Okay. All right, and then that comes down. How about Assassin's Trophy on Hull Breacher?
That means that I get a card draw from the Esper Sentinel. Still, cool.
Upkeep. I'm gonna do something. I don't like that I have to do it. I mean, I don't have to do it, but I think it's right. I think for Esper Sentinel or Ristic City, I'm gonna put a Limb Duel Bolt onto the stack.
Yeah, I will draw a card.
Is there a look at top? I still need to put my thing over. Who's... Look at Gaunty, everyone. He's beautiful. Okay, I'm stopping here. That was quick. Yeah, 8. Okay, then I'll take 2 from Midgame. I am not paying the 1 for this Soren.
Yeah, I will draw a card with my Crom.
I have 1 colorless floating. I am paying the 1 for this one. I'm going to attempt to just restore Rhetoric's Misty. Terrible. Grab this Tyga. Pay for this Ristic Step trigger. I'm going to put a Dockside.
I am also... Yeah, I am passing priority 2.
Well,
you can make it lower. That's why
I am going to sacrifice 2 tokens to my treasures here for blue mana.
So that would get 4. 5.
So I didn't want to give Proxy 2 extra treasures, so I sacrificed my treasures in response, but I didn't want to lose the mana either. So I decided to cast an overloaded Cyclonic Rift, because there's a lot of things on the board state, and no one is really threatening to win, so this is just going to slow down everyone a tiny bit.
So to be clear then, this isn't my main phase.
Yes, I know.
Passing to, yes.
But I think we wanna... Yeah, 1, 2, 3... Yeah, let's actually overload it. I'm gonna sacrifice the Polluted Delta to find a land, and 7 mana Cyclift Overload.
I'll do 1 of each. I'll just do Wooberg. Wooberg floating, no response.
Cyclift is still on the stack. Oh, yeah, I did not pay for your Ristic Study, by the way, Rhetoric. You can draw a card.
okay, that's fine.
Alright, Cyclift resolves. Amazing. I have no further effects.
Black. To immediately play the Soul Ring, I will then use the red and have a colorless floating to cast Dockside.
I have 3 Esper Sentinel, Mana Crypt, and Grim Monolith.
Clear. I have 1, 2, no black, 1, 3 treasures. Still a ritual. Mons, you're. Ugh.
I think what you're trying to say there, Proxy, is that I'm a wonderful person.
I think we can hold the. Lauren, you played you returned Soul Ring and
Yep.
Elves of Deep Shadow.
Yep.
Okay. I'm gonna cast Chromos and Mystic will pay a green and my colorless to cast Sylvan Library. I'll just use my 3 remaining mana. Put Sisay back out, and I have not Wooberg, but I'm close. I'm 1 off Wooberg.
Untap, good upkeep, draw for turn. I'm gonna play a Cephalid Coliseum. Elves of Deep Shadow. No, I guess I will pass turn.
I'm gonna take my turn, untap everything, almost, except Grim Monolith. I'm gonna play a Misty Rainforest. I'm gonna start off with a Mystic Remora.
Nope. And he passed priority. I also have to pass priority, so you have a fish.
I'm gonna find a Scrubland, sacrificing my Misty Rainforest. Attacking with my Crom at Proxy and my Monkey at Jorn.
All right, so you exile the top, right? Then you can play it.
Yes.
Okay. Jewel Lotus.
I guess actually a pretty good hit. Then in second main phase, we are gonna cast this Culling the Weak. Sacrifice? No, poor monkey, but we are sacrificing the monkey for the Culling the Weak.
Did you get your treasure?
Oh yeah, I got a treasure. I will use the treasure to cast the Culling the Weak, I guess.
Okay.
So I have 4 black, and
Yes.
here comes, not with that, with Blood Crypt. Peer into the abyss, targeting myself.
Okay, I'll cast Flusterstorm.
I have a fish trigger and I have a Esper Sentinel trigger. I'm gonna exile this Simian Spirit Guide, then sacrifice this treasure, and I can make 4 mana to pay for all the Flusterstorms.
So now Peer into the Abyss is onto the stack.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna respond, tapping Cephalid Coliseum for damage.
So I will draw a card with Esper Sentinel. And I have nothing. It is counterspell, and you're gonna get 7 mana. And yeah, that's my turn. I pass.
Okay, Snow-Covered Swamp in play. Do Dark Ritual.
I have triggers, 2 of them.
Need the manas. Heuristic Study. Any response?
I have a Crom trigger and a Fish trigger.
Yep, go ahead. Pay blue. Spend that. I'll cast Gilded Drake. Okay, let's take Sisay because I'm not sure. Yeah, I'll take Sisay. Great. And cast Jorn as well.
No one hull breaches me. Yeah, we're living dangerously. We're at 6. I'm going to play this Eric Mason. I'm going to get a scrub. I think I pay. Oh, heuristic study. I'm at 3 for heuristic study on this spell. I'm gonna cast immediately.
That will actually win the game here.
The game. Not
It
from
wins.
this board. I don't get the gilded trait. I can't target my other Sisay, but
Ah, that's true. Yeah.
yeah, I can flicker the gilded drake and then he can take my Emil from me.
Yeah, definitely. You can make infinite mana.
If Emil's on the stack, I got nothing. I got a command tower.
Okay.
Yeah, I have no.
Then I will
Alright, so no one has any responses. Go for it, Proxy.
put an activation on the stack, targeting dock stack. Treasures.
Yep.
I am then going to overload a cycle. Get my Sisay back.
This will. I have triggers, but I guess you can pay for.
I'm
I
gonna
have a Crom
pay
trigger.
for all the triggers I can. I cannot do anything about Crom.
Yeah, Crom will draw a card. Come on, deck. I have a Pact of Negation here.
That's pretty good.
That works.
That works.
Jesus.
You live, guys. I cannot pay for Heuristic Study. You may draw a card.
I'm gonna cast it anyway. I'm gonna cast Ashiok.
Yep.
I'm
Yep.
paying
there's-
for all the things. Too slow for someone who went all in. I'm just gonna activate, target you with the Ashiok. You, Mons. We haven't seen you play Adnos, but we have seen you play Pier, and Pier is in your graveyard.
Yep. All right. I will exile Mox, Opal, Mental Misstep, a Diabolic Intent, and a Ranger Captain of Eos.
I'm going to clean my board to pass the turn with 49 Google treasures and then a lot less up stack.
I'll draw main phase 1, get 7 colorless. I'm gonna use 1 of that colorless, cast a Soul Ring. I'm not gonna pay for any of it. Okay. And then I'm gonna play a Deathrite Shaman,
I will draw a card with the Crom.
attempt to cast a Windfall.
I have a Heuristic Study trigger from this. I'm drawing a card.
I'll Swan Song.
I'm gonna respond to the draw trigger. I'm gonna take a damage, and then I'm gonna cast Flusterstorm, targeting the Swan Song.
All right, I'll Fierce Guardianship that Flusterstorm. Can I do the main one, or is it Storm? Yeah.
Currently,
Shit, I have to-
it's fine.
I'll counter Windfall with Fierce Guardianship.
All right, I'm gonna take my turn, and we are going to pay for the Mystic Remora. We are also going to pay for the Pact of Negation trigger. Go to combat. Crom is attacking at you, Proxy.
I block with my Gilded Drake.
Yeah, it dies. Yeah, I'm gonna play a Verdant Catacomb, and then I'm gonna pass the turn here. I actually need to discard to hand size, so I'm gonna discard a Rain Freeze, a Praetor's Grasp, this Fellor Stone, this cute creature, Enlightened Tutor, Godless Shrine, and a Grand Abolisher. That's it.
All right, I will put a Snow-Covered Island in play. We are going to add Nas on main phase.
I'm gonna draw a card with Esper Sentinel and Mystic Remora. I'm gonna use a Fierce Guardianship to counterspell that, and we're gonna pay for your Heuristic Study.
Okay, all right, that's fine. I think we just send it at you, Mons. I think we just send them. We send them at Mons so I can untap.
Taking 6.
Untap. Still look at the top. So I am going to pay 3 and attempt to play Uro, Titan of Nature's Wrath.
Yeah, so you win
Alright.
by
Lauren,
activating Emil in response to the trigger that's gonna sacrifice it, so that he flickers and you draw your entire deck. You gain. Yeah, cool.
I have to pass priority.
So Proxy is trying to win a second time, but the Rhetoric actually has a Hull Breacher, preventing the infinite to card draw, preventing Proxy from winning the game. And now I'm not able to draw cards with my Crom either, for a time being, but the Hull Breacher is for a greater good right now. We don't want to lose the game. Alright, so Rhetoric gains a treasure and Proxy gains 3 life. That's cool.
Okay. Escape Uro, exiling Mental Misstep, Nature's Lore, Restore, Arid Mace, and then Limb Tools Fall. We'll remove a loyalty counter from Ashiok, and I will target myself. I will put Narset, Gemstone, Devastating Dreams, and Tectonic Break into the graveyard.
I'll pass turn.
Take my turn. I'm gonna pay for my fish. Would someone like to roll a die for me? I'm gonna play a Jeweled Lotus. I'm gonna... No, I missed it actually. I should have... I can't play it anymore. I'm gonna sacrifice the Jeweled Lotus and this Blood Crypt and cast my Tuna the Weaver. And I pay for Heuristic Study. Combat, I'm attacking Proxy with my Crom, and those are my attacks. Your face. Second main phase, I'm just gonna put this Water Grave into play and pass the turn.
Let's go Mons, Jorn, and Sisay.
Yeah, I will take 6 damage.
Myself with Ashiok. So to note, I'm putting Renin 6, Spellseeker, Savannah, yeah, Marsh Flats. That's what I was looking for. I'll just play it. Doesn't need to be a legal target though. There we go. Plateau. Yes, I'll swing Uro at Rhetoric. Rhetoric, you'll make a treasure. I'll gain 3 life. I don't think 5 mana will do a difference. Yeah, I'm just gonna flicker him 5 times just to get a 15 life buff. You're gonna make 5 treasures, and I'm gonna have an untapped Uro that'll sack itself. Do you want to remove anything from my graveyard, or I attempt to probably escape?
The Marsh Flats from my grave, and I'm gonna activate Kenrith, targeting myself, and I'll gain 5 life. I'll do it again. I take 1, and then I'll gain 5 again. 1 counter onto my Kenrith. Okay. I'm gonna attempt to cast a Phantasmal Image. Heuristic you can draw.
I'm going to cast Chain of Vapor, targeting the Dockside Extortionist. I'm not paying for the Heuristic. I'm paying for the Heuristic Study, actually.
I'm going to copy Chain of Vapor. I'm going to target Kenrith.
This is actually a small misplay from Proxy. He should have targeted the Sisay over there that Rhetoric have stolen from him, so it goes back to his hand so he can recast Sisay on his turn, then win the game with infinite mana from the Dockside Extortionist and Emil. So Chain of Vapor is currently being copied, targeting Kenrith.
Okay. Kenrith will get bounced to hand. I'm gonna copy Chain of Vapor, sacrificing an island, and return my Soul Ring to hand. A Phantasmal Image on the stack. I will have it enter as a copy of Soul Breacher. I'm gonna play a Soul Ring. I've cast my second spell for the turn, so Crom triggers, I get a treasure, take another damage. I'll replay Kenrith.
I'm gonna pay for my Mystic Remora, and then I'm gonna pass the turn here.
Good option here. So I'll play a late game Winter Orb. I'll pass.
I have a Colorless Floating. I'm gonna cast Dockside. I'm just going to mill myself for 4 because I have things that could put the graveyard. I'm gonna swing my 7/7 Uro at Rhetoric. I will flicker Uro. Rhetoric will get another treasure, and I'll gain 3 more life. Pay the thing to make him a 7/7.
Turns are going really fast right now. Lauren actually didn't do anything on his turn and just passed. Passed the turn.
Play Elsa Deep Shadow.
Uro is gonna go at Rhetoric.
Elsa Deep will block.
2 strip mines.
So everyone basically made an entire turn cycle of nothing. But now it's back to Lauren's turn again. And now a lot of things are gonna happen.
Silence.
I have a response to your silence. I'm gonna cast Silence.
Mental Misstep.
I'm gonna respond by casting Deflecting Swat, targeting your Mental Misstep to counter your silence.
Tap this here. I'm going to use one of the green and one of my colorless to use Kenrith's ability, targeting my Hull Breacher Phantasmal Image to get a counter. It gets sacrificed. So colorless and black, use the rest. Use Kenrith's ability to bring back Phantasmal Image. Copy Dockside Extortionist. Make a bunch of treasures. I make infinite mana off of Dockside Extortionist, targeting it, sacrificing it, and bringing it back with Kenrith's reanimation ability. I do this over and over, and then I'll use Kenrith's ability, putting all of the target player draws a card onto the stack, targeting Rhetoric first and killing him, and then I will proceed to do the same for Bonds and Proxy.
Actually, Lauren, no. Sadly, now things get really complicated. The thing is, Lauren, that he can respond infinitely as well. Both of you have infinite at the same time.
Yes. Right.
One
Go
more
in.
thing, Proxy. Sisay goes back to your control. You have Sisay in play. I think this is a game. I actually think this is a game error because this game will never end.
Well, not necessarily,
Yes.
because I can.
You can't.
It will get
No.
you a point.
This game
There's
is
no
game error.
spells that are allowed to be cast. There's no spells that are allowed to be cast. I can put a win into play, but you also can activate and you wouldn't
Okay,
allow me
let's-
to do that.
Let's do this. I currently have infinite treasures.
Same.
Same here.
Okay.
Both of you have infinite treasures. This is literally game error that two people will put infinite on the stack, infinite abilities. So let's actually explain this a little bit better. Currently, Lauren and Proxy both have infinite mana together at the same time. Actually, Proxy have had infinite mana for a while. He just wasn't able to use it into anything because his Sisay was stolen. But now Sisay got back into his control immediately, so now he can activate and use that mana. So what's gonna happen is that Lauren is gonna put an activation from Kenrith, forcing Proxy to draw a card. Proxy is then gonna activate above that and put a CC activation, trying to search his deck for his win con, and from that he can win the game. We're gonna talk about that soon too. Then Lauren is gonna activate above that, force Proxy to draw a card. Proxy is then gonna activate CC in response, trying to search out his win con. Lauren is then gonna activate Kenrith to force Proxy to draw a card, and this is gonna proceed into an infinite loop where there's gonna be infinite CC activations and infinite Kenrith activations, just going up in a huge ladder infinitely. So there's a lot of things to actually talk about this end state. By the way, I would like to just mention that the game is over here. After a lot of talk, just looking at the scenario, looking at the game state, we decided that it became a draw. Or well, rhetoric actually died, then it became a draw between the three others. First, this is what Lauren should have done to win this game. He should have used his Kenrith ability to put +1/+1 counters on his Death Shaman and on Kenrith infinitely. Then he should have attacked with both of these two creatures, giving them haste and trample from Kenrith, specifically the Death Shaman at me and specifically the Kenrith at Proxy. Proxy can gain infinite life here, and they can both do the infinite loop where Proxy is basically putting infinite life on the stack and Kenrith Lauren is basically putting infinite +1/+1 counters, netting out each other. However, because of commander damage, Lauren can basically say, okay, you have 1 trillion billion trillion life and I have 100 attack on Kenrith. Attack, commander damage, and Proxy dies, and then he forces Rhetoric to basically draw out his deck and Lauren wins. Another really important thing to talk about here is that you aren't allowed to have infinite mana in Magic, or you aren't allowed to have anything infinitely. You have to say a specific number. So you can say, I have 1 million treasures, or I have 1,000 treasures, or I have 1,000 billion trillion treasures. But you have to say a specific number. That means that the person that has the highest number is gonna be the winner between Lauren and Proxy. However, we reached a state where we really didn't actually ask them how much mana they had. They basically said, I have infinite, and from that we couldn't really conclude who had the most. Normally you would say that Lauren wins here because he should be the one saying the higher number after Proxy. Proxy basically says, I have infinite, and then Lauren says, I have infinite more. Basically Proxy says, I have 1 billion, then Lauren says, I have 2 billion. But then it becomes the same scenario where Proxy says, now I have 3 billion. Then Lauren says, oh, now I have 3 trillion billions. And yeah, it still becomes a very strange scenario, and we just say it here, draw. I hope you like this little educational talk at the end of this gameplay, and the takeaway message from this battle is that sometimes you need to think about how you should kill your opponents in the correct order. But also, this is the first time we've ever had a draw in any one of my gameplay videos. But who knows? We will see. Take care, guys, and I'll see you next time. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the video. If you like what I do and you wanna support me, feel free to share my videos or even checking out my Patreon page. Also, purchasing cards from the TCG Players website using the affiliate link in the description below of the video will also help the channel grow. So a big thank you to all of you.